Today we're going to be working on the D150. Getting some before video. We're also going to measure. Actually, I already measured, but I'm going to tell you the measurements. The different fender heights to the ground. Because, let's see if we can tell. Can't really tell in the video, but these trucks have a lean because of the gas tank and this leaf spring wears out over time. So we're going to swap the driver's side leaf to the passenger side and see if that helps. While we're at it, since we're going to be this far into it, probably swap the coil springs side to side too. So front driver is at 29.5. Front right is at 30. So passenger side in the front's a 1/2 inch taller. The rear left, or rear driver, is at 33 1/8. And the rear passenger, or rear right, is at 34. So 7/8 of an inch difference, but since I'm swapping leaf springs, I knew I was going to have to move the fuel tank to get to those bolts. That front hanger bolt. So the fuel tank's almost empty. So the lean actually gets worse when you put more fuel in it. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Still doing the flip kit on the D150. It's just a different day though. So it's gonna be less of a step-by-step how-to and a more of a like this is what we did situation. Oh, get some light back here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so something that I've read a lot of is people complaining about shock angle after a flip kit, because it's going to be, this shock's going to be basically 4 inches, 3 inches closer up that direction, so it's going to make the angle worse. So if we ignore the exhaust, what if, so we got a notch for the shock body and then a hole. What if we move the shock over here, make it more straight up and down? Now that's going to make, it's going to make the shock shorter, but I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, so far I have taken the shocks off, taken the drive shaft out. Shocks are 3/4 inch nut and bolt. Drive shaft was 7/16. I'm currently laying here trying to think what to do next. Again, we're going to swap leaf springs from side to side. So we're going to put the passenger side on the driver's side. I did mark the front of each leaf spring. I put front left on the left side, on the front of the spring. Front right on the right side. I also, in case those marks get wiped off, put a little daub of black spray paint on the right side and the white spray paint on the left side. That way I can see what's the front, what's the back, what's the left, what's the right. Anyway, that's where we're at. I will bring you back when we have a development. Okay, new development. That guy was my hero until it wasn't. Now, this thing, that saved the day. The impact would not get those loose, but that little feller cut right through that. So anyway, we got her off. We got her off of there. Okay. I would tell you, I'm glad I was not recording. I pooped myself twice, looked like an idiot 3 times, but we are fixing. We got the bolts off. We're fixing to lower the rear end down away from these leaf springs. Yeah, right there. Actually, let's go to the ground with it. That way we can have our jack if we need it. Okay, let's go look how much tire clearance. Oh, look at that! Woo! Big old jacked up D150. We're gonna fix that though. We're gonna down on the ground. Oh yeah, show you another little situation we got going on here. Before we pull it out. So I put a temporary exhaust on it a year ago, and it reminded me the other day that it was temporary. So we'll fix that. Fix that exhaust somehow. Okay. We're doing a stink bug for sure now. Anyway. We got both sides dropped down off of the spring. The brake line, brake hose was long enough. The emergency brake cable's real tight, but it seems to be long enough. Anyway, there's where we're at for tonight. I think I'm going to call it a night. And probably daylight next time I turn this thing on. Tomorrow. Maybe the next day. I don't know. If I ain't tired and cranky. Anyway. Okay. I know what's wrong with it. I ain't got no leaf spring in it. Anyway. So I got the old bushings out. These are new bushings already in. But I got the old bushings out. Combination of drilled the rubber out. That didn't really work. So then I lit the rubber on fire. I'll try to post a picture. That worked on one of them. The other one I couldn't get the light. So I played whack-a-mole. Whack-a-mole with it. Wow! Wow! This big old fancy new bench. Me and my brother built it yesterday. Came in real handy already. It's real heavy duty. Anyway, energy suspension bushings are what's going back in it. 5, come on. Why won't it focus? Focus. 5.2102G. Says front leaf spring bushing on there, but they fit. Some of these you have to be careful when you're taking the bushings out, because some of these you have to have the old metal sleeve in. Come here, old metal sleeve. Some of these you have to have the old metal sleeve left in the spring for these poly bushings to work. Ask me how I know. Found that out the hard way. Anyway, these not the case. So all the trouble I went with trying to get the rubber bushing out without destroying the steel bushing, Well, I didn't need to, because I just needed to punch the steel bushing out. Anyway, got the steel bushing popped out. I like these because they're super easy to install. You grease them up, you slide them into the leaf spring, and then, where'd it go? And then you just slide the sleeve into them. Ba-doop. See? Ba-doop. Went right in there. Anyway, we're going to work on getting the driver's side leaf spring out now. I might have to take the gas tank down or slide it over. Although I had a thought last night that maybe I could push that bolt out far enough that I could reach in the frame with my hand. Well, push it out far enough to get the leaf spring out, and then reach in the frame with my hand and put it back in when the time comes. Anyway, we'll see how that works. I will let you know. Alright, update. There is no way to get your hand behind the frame on the driver's side, the fuel tank. It'd probably only take me like 15 minutes to move it over, but I don't know, sometimes I don't like doing stuff the hard way. So what I'm doing, there's room right here to get a wrench and a nut in, I would imagine. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting the bolt off. I'll pull it out this way, and then I'll get a bolt that's the right length. And I'll do my little wrench trick where I stick a nut to a wrench with some tape and stick it up in there and get the bolt started from this side. And then I will always be able to just take the bolt out without moving the fuel tank. I got the bolt most of the way cut with a grinder with a death wheel on it. I have to finish the top part with a sawzall. Alright. So, I brought you back because I have some pertinent information. Like I said before, sometimes these bushings require you to use the old metal sleeve. I couldn't tell for sure, so the first ones I did, I burnt out the rubber bushing good enough that I could knock that sleeve out and leave the other metal sleeve. That way I didn't knock the other metal sleeve out. But we have since found that we got to knock out the outer sleeve, so these will be much easier. I don't have a press. I'll show you how to, after I answer my phone, I'll show you how to do that. Okay. Phone call completed. Back to where we were. So, we don't have to burn the rubber bushing out anymore because we know that we take the big metal bushing out. I found out last night, I don't have a press. Need a press. Don't have the right stuff to drive this out with. But, I'm making do and I'm going to show you how to make do. You can see my socket's a little mushroomed. But, a 17 will get it started. 17 millimeter Harbor Freight socket. Now it's gonna be real loud when I hit this. Just a heads up. So 17 gets it started, but then it gets too tight in the leaf spring. So we're just gonna get it started. Get it with your purse! Couple more. Now, if you ever use a socket for a situation like that, you'll want to remember that you've mushroomed it and it's got sharp edges now. So when it's spinning in the impact, keep your fingers and hands and flesh clear. Otherwise, you'll lose them. Okay, so then what we needed was a 16 millimeter. We don't have one. A 15 is a little too small, but with that rubber bushing in there, it does just fine. So oh yeah, I'm using vice grips to hold it so that I don't mash my poor little fingers. We're gonna get the hammer with the longer handle. Gets more leverage. Yeah! By golly, this one's tough. The others weren't this tough. But that's how it works, right? It's always the last one. Oh, also, did you know that hitting metal with metal makes it magnetic? Look at that. Well, you can't tell, but that sucker's magnetic. So is my hammer. Oh, look, my hammer almost picked up the leaf spring. Anyway. There we go. Okay. That's how you do that without a press. Then I need to sand all the rust out of here with some emery cloth. Okay. That's how you do that. And then, so then we'll grease in here, and then we'll use this energy, we'll just use regular old wheel bearing grease in there. But then we'll use this energy suspension, upside down, energy suspension grease for the bushings themselves. It's sticky. It's sticky and it's formulated for poly bushings and helps them not squeak and stuff. So you guys see the whole picture a little more. Got some grease, gonna put it on my finger. Ooh, I got a lot. Whoop. Gross! I decided I'm going to go ahead and show you how easy these bushings go in compared to the press-in bushing. So then, I got these. I just put a string in about 4 different spots on these bushings. Boop, 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 boop. A line up the length of the bushing. We want to cover every surface of it. So not just the round part, but we want to get up here on this flat surface because that rides on metal. And we don't want it to squeak. The ends where they touch each other. Put that one in the bottom. Do another one. Did you see how easy that went in? Now that's not the hardest. I mean, none of it's hard, but I'll show you what you gotta do here in a minute. My brain is working faster than my hands. I'm trying to talk about stuff that's going to happen that you're just going to see in a minute, and anyway. bushing that goes in there. So those two just slid together, those two halves. Same deal. Well, I just do like 3 lines on this one. Yes, my fingers are all greasy. Yes, I don't like it. No, I don't like it. Not yes. No. This white grease is sticky. Okay. See how it just pushed in there to start with? And then it gets kind of tight. So now I got my rubber mallet. Then, when it gets close, so that I don't splatter grease everywhere, because pushing it down in there pushed the excess grease off. Wipe that excess grease off. Grab your mallet again. You see? I changed hammers. That last little bit, I wanted this one, that way I could really get it in there and I could hear the sound difference when it gets all the way through. Flip her up. There it is. Boom chakalaka. Now you know how to put poly bushings in a leaf spring. There you go. Alright, so we're here with our after lowering update with some shots of the truck, but also measurements. Let's see, in the front we effectively lowered it 3.5 inches, and in the rear we did 5.5. Ooh. Mustang. Anyway, if you remember, I swapped the coil springs and the leaf springs both from driver's side to passenger side, trying to fix that lean to the driver's side, and it did no good. We started out with a 1/2 inch lean, and we still have a 1/2 inch lean to the driver's side. So if you're doing this, don't waste your time doing that. The front, I used van lower control arms, cut the steering stop off, re-drilled holes for the strut rod that comes from the front, and instead of drilling the frame on the truck, I used the reduced, look, boop, haha. I used the reducer bushing in the reducer bushing or reducer sleeve in the control arm. And then on the back, we did the axle flip. And then let's take a little look here. So I originally talked about moving the mounts for the shock from there over here to get the angle better. Okay, that truck's gone. To get the angle better, and I'm still going to do that, but I've got to find some shorter shocks. When I find those, I'll do that and make a video on it. But the rear doesn't ride that bad, really. It's got plenty of room there between the axle and the frame. Fairly sure the diff will hit before the axle hits the frame. Yeah, so that's that. The front ride's a little rough. I cut the rubber part of the bump stops down, but I may have cut them down too far, because now the metal part of the bump stop hits the control arm before the rubber does, on the passenger side. The driver's side, I realized what I did and didn't cut it down so far. But I'm going to figure something else out to do there. And I'll make a video on that as well. Maybe it and the shocks at the same time. But anyway. Here's our after shot compared to our before shot. We're also going to measure, and it looks dadgum good. Looks real good.
Oh no! Oh, what was that?
Our throttle pedal. That's not good.
You said you baby it on purpose. Are you gonna be able to make this turn? I might need to help push you.
No, we'll make it.
Is Benji still here?
Yeah.
You might call Benji.
Why?
So he can help you with whatever you have to fix.
Probably just gotta put it back together right here.
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
You bring him back? Didn't bring him
No,
back?
I just drove mom and dad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it turned out pretty nice today.
No, it's perfect.
Yeah, a lot of cars. I never did hear how many.
54. Yeah.
54?
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty good turnout for just a short notice.
Yeah. I thought you, I didn't know you, I thought you had to be like a member of that club.
No.
Or I'd probably going in.
Yeah.
I had to go down and get an old car in.
You don't ever see these short bed Dodges like this.
No.
No.
You know
I'll
why?
tell you what, where I know where two of them are.
You know why you don't ever see these things? Because you
Why?
can't buy parts for the stupid things.
You remember that?
So I always forget this part. I remember now. Like, share, subscribe. Ryder's going to add some scripture right in here somewhere, maybe just before this. And if you have any questions, post them down and we'll try to get them answered. Or you have any comments or ideas, hit us up. Anyway, hope you guys have a good day. Go do something with your project. Make it cool, make it drivable. Just enjoy it. Oh, look at there. It's like a Christmas tree driving through town. Shh, it says.